Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It is indeed a privilege and honor for me to be here today. I've been a speaker in many forums and many organizations, but today is a very special forum where we are addressing a very critical issue in our society. And many thanks to Madam Samira for inviting me and Abu Dhabi School of Management, all the dignified, the professors and board for organizing this. Well, it also, myself and Ms. Samira, we wear the same hat. She is heading the financial institution in Dubai Chamber, and so as I am the chairman of Building Material Group in Dubai Chamber. So while discussing, it all started, and I'd like to narrate a story of my embarking on this journey of helping as a from today, I would like to find a word on replacing as a blue collar, what my very dear friend and Dr. Sharma mentioned about today. It all started in 2008 when we first started our operations in India. After 50 years of doing business in Dubai, we started in 1958 in Dubai. And after 50 years, we started in India. India is our home country, but we never had the opportunity to do business. So in 2008, much before the economic downturn happened, it was in March, we took a call that let's do something in India. It's our home country and a huge place and huge opportunity coming up. So I went as our hometown in Ahmedabad. We started our headquarters. In fact, I was being advised to have a headquarters either in Mumbai or in Chandigarh, which is near to adjacent city to Delhi. But I said, no, our hometown will always be, our headquarters will always be in our hometown. So we started in Ahmedabad. I appointed a vice president and a general manager and came back, empowering them to create a team. 15 days later when I went, one young boy came to my office in the morning and he said, sir, would you like to have a cup of tea? We all Gujis, we love tea, so at any time is tea time for Gujis. So I said, of course, I'd like to have tea. Then I called my manager and said, what is this young boy doing in our office? He's maybe around 16, 17 of his age. He said, yeah, he's our office boy. I said, he should be in school. What is he doing here? He said, sir, yes, here, as an office boy, we get or dropouts students, and this is what we get over here. Well, in India and few of our office in Africa, we have 10 global office, but we are spoiled with having office boys in US, and in Latin America and Europe, we don't have the system of office boys. So when the boy came with the cup of tea, I said, have a seat. He was a little bit reluctant. Then I said, sorry, by the time I got his biodata and his CV and everything, he had done around 5th or 6th standard, and then he dropped out. So I said, sorry, we can't keep you on the job. From tomorrow you'll have to leave. And he started crying. He said, no, sir, please don't leave me from the job. I'm ready to do anything. And even on Sundays I will come and clean your car and your other stuff and all these things. I said, wait, let me finish my sentence. I said, we will only keep you on job if you continue your studies. And we will fund your studies, but you will have to take this call. And the entire office is your tutor. So anything you require, we'll provide you. In India, we have a university which is called IGNU, Indira Gandhi Open University, where you can directly apply, you can enroll for a year, what is called O-level and A-level, what is called 10th and 12th in India, which is a secondary and higher secondary. So we enrolled him for 10th, and we created, then I got a thought. Let's say, this is one area where we can do some social work, and charity starts from home. I can't go and preach to marginalized people outside and do nothing for my own stuff. So we created a model, and we said that, okay, any underprivileged or undergraduate worker who comes to us, we empower them and we support them on education. And then what we do is we give them 1 month holiday to study prior to exams. If they bring distinction, it's a 1 month paid leave, and 1 month bonus and a promotion. If they bring first class, they get 1 month paid leave, 1 month bonus, same job, no promotion. If they give second class, it's a paid leave and no bonus. If they come second class, past class, so we pay him half of the 15 days we paid leave and 15 days unpaid leave. And if they don't pass, then sorry, we gave you time and you didn't study. So this was a program we created. In this program, we converted 7 of our office boys into a very dignified living. One office boy, he passed out 12th, applied for Indian police, he passed out that exam, and he sent his first picture in uniform to me. And I was so happy looking at that, and I replied him that wherever I see you on road, I will step out and salute you. 2 of my office boys are now businessmen. They are earning in 6 figures in Indian rupees, which is a good amount in Indian standard. So this is the journey where we embarked on how we can do something for the marginalized people. Because see, in this category, unless they don't upskill themselves, unless they don't educate themselves, you can't have a significant change in your livelihood. Because maybe their salary is X. By the time they work 10 years, it will be X plus something. You can't have a radical change in your income. So only education can do it. And then I did my studies in a master's in emotional intelligence and criminology. So that also gave me an insight that I should visit the labor camps over here. And one thing which I want, one rename, as my very dear friend Dr. Sharma mentioned about as a blue collar, can we have a rename to the labor camp? Labor camp itself it's not a positive word, and a labor camp. So maybe you can have something on related to a community belonging, or you can have like a harmony village, a unity estate, or prosperity estate, or many other names you can, but some dignified name. So for that labor camp, because that's place where I visit regularly on my free time. I talk to the workers, and I'm not dressed like this, very simple, kurta, pajamas, slippers, no ring, no watch, disoriented look, and I go to them, sit with them, talk to their language, and then slowly try to deep dive into that. And through my skills of emotional intelligence, I can deep dive into the brain and take things out. So that's my one expertise. So I talk to them, and many times what happens, because of their purpose of their nature of their work, it's a very mechanical life. 6 o'clock I have to wake up, 7 o'clock is my washroom call, or my bus is waiting at 7:30. I go, this is my lunch break, this time I come home, this is the few things I do, and then go to bed. So this repeatedly happening for 7 days or 6 days, and a day off passes in a flash. So this mechanical thing happening with, again, a burden of family back home, and their demands and their responsibilities. So many a time they lose the purpose of their life. So I go to them, talk to them, counsel them, and in this, many times I make them cry, because the certain things are buried in their heart and they have been carrying on for ages. And this what I do to bring them, and show them the purpose of the life. Another thing, what we always try to make is the work and life balance. As a corporate, there should be a time dedicated for their well-being and for something related not to their work. So anything else but not related to the work, something has to be done. And whenever I have traveled 130 countries, because that's where 130 countries we have business currently, and 10 global office. So wherever I go, I always try to talk to the marginalized people, to talk to the bottom in the pyramid, because that's where you get a real feel of the market. because from the top reports and the McKinsey reports and all these things will show certain top level things. But the real market field, you go from learn from the bottom of the pyramid. So when I talk to them, I always tell them that, see, give two things to your children. If you give them third, fourth, fifth is also fine. If you don't give, it's fine. First thing, give your blessings and give them education. If you have given education to your children, they will find their own future. And normally what happens in the marginalized communities, that they treat their children as their assets. So the moment the child is 13, 14, then say, okay, learning is enough, now go and work and get some money. So that's where, and for a child, if you tell him from tomorrow you don't need to go to school, oh, it's a joyous time for him. But he realizes after 10, 15 years later what he has lost, and then it's too late. All the great academicians are sitting over here in this hall. I talked about certain things, that all this infrastructure of the academics can be used in the evening for the vocational training for the adults. We already have the infrastructure. Only thing we require is the faculties and the audience. So this can be done, and with this, with the minimum resource, minimum cost, we can educate them. So these are the certain things which we always try to do. And one thing I'd like to tell what my dear friend mentioned in his speech, that when the employee comes to the company, he feels that I'm not been trained, and the employer thinks that, okay, I got an untrained employee. So in this regards, I'd like to throw you one narrative on the discussion between the CEO and the CFO. The CEO told his CFO that we need to train our staff, and the CFO always thinks about money. The CFO said, sir, what if we train them and they leave us? His question was valid. Then the CEO said, what if we don't train them and they stay with us? So that's a bigger cost. So with that note, I'd like to thank Madam Samira for giving me this opportunity and this wonderful venue of Abu Dhabi School of Management, and look forward to hear from the connoisseurs of this field during the day. Thank you.